And hello again, Magma WK. Why am I back in hell? Well, guess what? There's a shop in here with all the naming ways. Yes, one of them actually sells stuff. And inside you can get some very rare items, including ethers, ether 2s, and elixirs, which are very expensive. Also, you can get a bestiality, you know that's kind of like skin, except stronger, and a whistle. We'll definitely be taking a whistle there, because a whistle will allow us to... We'll have to go outside for the effect. Let's use that whistle and show you what happens. Yes, you can summon the fat chocobo anywhere. And feed him or barf him. It's your choice. Nothing too interesting. Just showing the stuff I have. Might need that for later, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna take some more bestialities. Anything else I really don't have a use for. Nope. And I believe that's a one-time use. Let's double check. Make sure I give you the right information. Yes, a one-time use. 20,000 gil. So useful in its own right, but might need one for a dungeon crawl later on. And speaking of dungeon crawls, it's about time we go back to our plot, isn't it? Somebody was calling out to us on the lunar path, yes. So that means going through caverns. But I think we can do it this time. You know why? Because in our last adventure, Radia finally learned how to summon Bahamut. Yes. I am so scared now. Ahem. 2 minutes and a half of stupid rambling on. Let's go actually do something. I like that idea. On the lunar path, what shall we find? We shall find delicious pudding. It's full of calories. Probably calories that you don't want to deal with. So let's burn the pudding. After all, if you can't eat it, then you can't sell it. Let's call the hellfire. Because as you know from a previous fight, if you remember, puddings are weak against fire. Also, Cecil's purple because he is poison. Not because she's barfing at the sight of the pudding. That pudding is not delicious, trust me. Anyway, blasting music aside, a nice amount of experience, so it's good to fight along the path. Of course we'll be cutting out some of these battles. And yes, he stayed poisoned. So, you must use Isuna. Isuna, or an antidote if you have one. Do you have one? I have an antidote. Although at this point, they kind of take up room, all these individual status cures. Might want to just have remedies instead. Speaking of instead, I believe there are monsters in this treasure chest. Why, of course there are! Oh, protociles and justiciles. If you know what those are, I'm proud of you, because I certainly as heck don't. So, what shall we do? We shall get Radia's haste on to summon that almighty Bahamut. Yes, haste makes paste. Do you believe in delicious paste? Do you believe in poison? Do you believe I'm running out of commentary? Do you believe I'm gonna make it through this battle? There we go. That's a good idea. Summon the most overpowered thing on this game. Who cares if it's overpowered? It saves your butt. This also allows us to get an O apple. O is AU stands for gold. Golden apple, which I believe will increase our agility permanently. Correct me if I'm wrong once again. I hope you have high potions. I hope you have ethers. I hope you have a lot of things. Because I believe in spreading the wealth. It should not be hoarded in one person. Unless that one person is me. And you've seen those goobers before, so let's go on with more monster chest. Yes. That was a moon veil and a stardust, yes. A stardust? Wait a minute. That might be a new item. Why, yes it is. It's something Chroradia. I'll give you one guess what it is. No, it's not that stardust. It's actual stardust. What do you expect to be on the moon? Makes sense to me. Anyway. Going through there, you end up here. Yes, underground secret passageway. And you must walk along the path. Ah, yes. Poison, poison, poison. And yes, if you walk while you're poisoned, it will take off 1 point of life per step. Not very much on the overhead view, but during battle, I believe it's a whopping 10%. That's quite a bit. And that's just about every few seconds. So you want to keep poison cured. Especially so you'd have to deal with it during battle. And speaking about battles, one should happen right about now. I hate it when I'm wrong. Moving on in the lunar path. There should be more treasure for us. More easy treasure. Or not. Well, now that was just plain silly. I keep getting back attacked. And that means people lose their health quicker. Because they want to target Radia and Edge for some reason. It's a conspiracy, I tell you. And finally, we can get into that crystal castle. Or so we think. Yes, it's the Crystal Palace. Where there should be crystals. Wait a minute, who is that? It's a disco show. With their star. Literally. Santa Claus. In a purple robe. And what does this purple-robed Santa Claus want from us? Tune in next time, where we'll find out who that is, and why he's so darn important. Magma, okay? Be right back.
Good evening, I am Biggin, and this is your 24-hour Baron News Network, the only network for you. Tonight's top story, the town of Baron has been decimated by a legendary spell. Sources say that this spell was caused by a young summoner who was encouraged by her red mage dad to create such a catastrophe. Also tonight, Principal Gomez has banned all teaching of red mage and summoning magics, therefore eliminating classes from the now defunct Baron Magic Academy and concentrating more on military aspects such as Dark Knights. I am Bagan, and this is your 24-hour Baron News Network.